I think the Eagles might be screwed. So, as I was looking around at certain teams, I see the Eagles. I think the Eagles might be a little screwed. So, first things first, uh, they got some old guys that are free agents, which is already going to be a question. Like, y'all
Yeah.
gonna, you got
Kelsey's
you got Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, and Kelsey.
Kelsey's gone. He's
Okay,
retired.
okay. Then you got Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, and now you're looking at, and this is another dilemma they have. Do they just dive in on the trust and just have faith in their young defensive players and not re-sign these older guys, or
Got Jalen Carter now. They've got another one of those Georgia guys.
I forgot the name too. It's okay. I know
They still
exactly.
have.
I know exactly who you're.
Is it Hassan Reddick? They still have no.
That's a great question. I don't know why I don't remember, but I will say that they have
Like,
other
I
free
don't think they're
agents.
screwed. No.
Well, okay. Well, hold on now. They also have Shaq Leonard, Zach Cunningham, and DeAndre Swift, all free agents as well.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about the running back with them. It's like they can re-sign Swift. They're not gonna have to pay him a crazy amount of money because he's
Well,
not
they're
gonna get
gonna have to pay him something. Do you know that Do you know what Jalen Hurts is averaging? You know what his average salary is?
62.5,
It's like 51.
51. Okay.
It's up there. It's up there. Bro is up there.
Yeah. No.
There's rumors about a Kevin Byard cut, which would save them 14 mil. Hertz is expensive, like I said. You got Darius Slay, who's getting up there in age too. He's like 32.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. You got some guys who are getting old, and guys that are getting old and are also free agents. They're gonna have to find an answer at running back,
Jordan
whether
Davis.
it's Jordan Davis, whether it's re-signing DeAndre Swift or finding another running back. But it's not they're going to be able to sign some Saquon or Derrick Henry.
No. 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 But again, like I do think that they can sign anybody at running back and do fine. Um,
Maybe, but how long? How long is that
like
going to
like we.
last?
Oh, I don't know. They still have a good line, so as long as they still have a decent line, they do need a new center.
I'm about to say. I mean, you don't think just the you don't think Kelsey just not there? Just
Well, I'm also assuming that due to last year's like talk of his retirement, that they had a backup plan. Hopefully, they have a backup. Also,
maybe.
they have N'Kobe Dean,
Now you
young guy.
gotta. Have you seen the AJ Brown rumors?
What that he's leaving
Well, that he's upset
at
at
being in the
Philly
NFL.
being an Eagle. Now he did come out and say that he wants to be an Eagle, but Justin Fields said he wanted to be a Bear. Sometimes players just say things,
Sure.
and that's what Philly's gonna have to do is just hope they are just rumors. Because if
Yeah.
AJ Brown is becoming a problem, or and bro's expensive. Don't that's a whole other
Very.
cap guy taking up a lot of cap space.
Yeah.
I mean, so worst case scenario, you don't have a dependable running back going in the next season. You have
They have Gainwell still,
okay.
but again,
They'll be all right.
can run with anybody.
I don't think they can run with anybody.
I think they can.
I don't think they can. I think DeAndre Swift isn't that bad. Miles Sanders isn't that bad.
But Miles Sanders had a terrible year in Carolina.
Everybody had a terrible year in Carolina.
That's fair.
Except for fucking Brian Burns or nobody had a good season in Carolina. So I mean,
Yeah.
I guess, but yeah, you can put a name behind Philly's line, but I don't think you can put any name. I think it has to at least be a known name. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't got to be some star, but it's
But
got to
you
be
can ditch.
somebody.
You can ditch. No offense to him, but you can ditch a Brandon Graham to keep a running back.
See, but if you're ditching a Brandon Graham, you're ditching a Fletcher Cox. See, I'm looking at more like I don't want to sit here and act like this like this matters more than talent, but just having that type of leadership in the locker room or on the roster or
Sure.
just around the younger guys, it's gotta be some type of benefit.
Well, the Eagles. I mean, a lot of this team, at least a lot of their defense was on the team in what was it, 17 when they won.
Mm.
Um, but they've done well to draft three great young guys out of Georgia, Jalen Carter.
But that's what I'm saying. Worst case scenario, they're going into next year. They're going into next year with without a running back they can rely on, or that they know they can rely on yet. Saying
Yeah,
and that's saying they can't re-sign DeAndre Swift or find another running back at his level,
yeah.
at the least. You got a defense full of young guys you're relying on, and you got two old DBs back there. You got Byard and Darius Slay. Because
I don't know how much more slated.
that's what I'm saying. I
This
don't
is the
know how much
he,
longer he's got. Um,
safety or is he a corner?
Slay, he's running a safety.
I think he's running safety.
Um, but and what an unhappy AJ Brown, maybe AJ Brown on your
I
roster.
feel like AJ Brown will always have issues with something, but
Yeah, but no. Having issues as a Tennessee wide receiver is completely understandable. I get
yeah.
that wholeheartedly.
But after the season he had that year, I don't know why he had issues with him, but that's a different.
Well, he disappeared. He disappeared at the end of the second half of last season. He was out versus Tampa in the playoffs. Um,
Was he?
he was listed
Oh,
out because of his knee. I mean, he
yeah, okay,
so
yeah,
I don't know. I'm that's like the last thing. Like if there was a list of like most likely to happen, I think AJ Brown not being an Eagle next year is probably the lowest percentage. But I'm looking at having a running back they can rely on and
yes,
any type of. I mean, will it still be nice to have Slay and Byard around? Sure, but I mean, if they're not asking for something crazy, talking money,
yeah,
Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, those are people that if they still got it, you could keep around.
sure.
I mean, there's nothing
But I
wrong
mean,
with. Why wouldn't you want
I,
around a Jalen Carter?
that's fair.
But go ahead. What were you saying?
I mean, I was gonna say that. I mean, I don't even know how good this team could be at the strength they're at right now. Like, do they need anybody else rather than just dumping players? But they are in the NFC. It's very gettable. Um, but yeah, I don't know.
But I
I
mean, they have to find an answer at running back. They got to
yeah
make sure AJ Brown is happy. They got to what
yeah.
I guess jump in and rely on all these young defensive players. And Jalen Hurts has to play
What's
like
crazy to me is like I don't think you needed to pay Jalen Hurts that much to keep him.
Jalen Hurts. Ooh,
To keep him,
ooh, yeah,
maybe.
yeah. I would say what? Well, it was probably Dak that pushed that domino over.
What, getting paid?
Yeah, if Dak got paid what he got paid, I don't think you were not gonna give that to Jalen Hurts
That's true.
or
Dak
more.
Dak needs to stop playing football,
I'm
but
not
that's
gonna
just
lie, I forget the timeline of which quarterback got in, their big contract first or whatever. But I know
well,
Dak's
Lamar got
was
his, and then Jalen got his right after and upped it.
yeah, and Dak got his what after breaking his leg.
Dak got his. Did he get tagged after that year?
I think Dak got paid after breaking his leg. You could fact check me on that, but
He
I'm
may have.
pretty sure he got like it
I thought
was
that was
like
2020
he
when
broke
he
his
broke.
leg and it was like all right, like you still got to pay me. Like I still
Yeah,
need that bag. But Jalen Hurts has to live up to the bag.
yeah. And I mean, I think he can.
And
Yeah, Dak got paid. Yeah, in 2021 after he got injured,
and like you
but it's only
said,
4 years though.
you don't know how good Philly is right now. If you took their current current team or last year's team, you don't know how good they are now. So
Like when they were a beast of a team 2 years ago. Like that was the same team, and it was kind. I don't want to call it a fluke, but kind of a fluke, especially compared to last year, the most recent year.
but could you
But
not see? Could you not see that being kind of like senile if they're like, oh yeah, no, we can just get rid of some of veterans that were leaders in the locker room. Uh, uh, we'll have our receivers bitch about whatever. We can throw any guy behind our offensive line and they can play running back. We'll be fine when we don't even know how good they are now.
Yeah,
That's a
exactly.
little ignorant. That's a little ignorant of
Well,
Philly.
I'm kind of pushing for them to suck.
Well, I thought you'd be pushing more for them to suck because you're kind of like, I think they're fine, and I was looking at this as more like I think they might be screwed. I mean, if
Yeah,
they
I,
lose
I think that makes more sense than what I was. Yeah, because it said
Shaq Leonard, Zach Cunningham, two linebackers from last year that are also free agents. Like they're gonna
well,
have to
Shaq.
rely on some Shaq. Look, you could stat read. Shaq was doing his
No, I
thing.
know, but didn't he get cut by the Colts and then just jumped onto the team? Like, I mean, he's not some guy you need to keep.
No, Shaq Leonard is a great linebacker.
But would you rather keep Brandon Graham or Shaq?
Shaq.
Okay, then
Brandon Graham's
B.
like
Then
34, 35 years
BG
old.
can dip.
Do I want a 50 or 50? Do I want a 35-year-old defensive end when I no, I
Well,
don't.
when you're talking about leadership, it's like you need leadership, but you also need guys who can still fucking play.
But
If
that's
BG and Fletcher want to take small contracts, I mean, I maybe Fletcher can still get paid somewhere else, but he's
but that's what I'm saying. You lose out on all those guys. You, you lose out on the old free agents and just other free agents that you want on your team. You lose out on some big name at running back.
yeah.
I don't know, bro. It's like
But I for whatever reason, I see them keeping Swift. I don't. I mean, you would have to pay him like maybe 15.
well, you could throw a tag on him.
I know, but
Running back tag's up though, isn't it? I don't know what the running back tag is right now, but
I don't know what it is. But I don't see a lot of running backs. I mean, I guess running backs get
Austin
tagged.
Eckler's not getting tagged. I saw that.